like educate, getting education on what's going on in the world these days. They turn to black folk.
You know what they did? They said they have become so stressed out and plotting and planning on how to manipulate our people and subjugate our people and keep it under colonial rule that they actually do believe that we are wrong for not appreciating the time that they have put, burden that they have caused. Man, fuck them.
I mean, honestly,
they don't care about their system. Any that kind. Let me be quiet.
If we would have turned around and do a you on you, dude.
I can hear you, but I can't hear you a lot.
What's the point of lowering ourselves to that standard?
Well, we ain't got time for that. We got better things. We want to get them out the way so we can get back right.
That part.
They keep moving.
Also, we got my brother up here on the panel. What's going on, Straight?
Straight had to come in and lay some blood.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Straight.
Hey.
See, my belief is
we muted up.
My belief is that they're not going to be able to push the black people around. They're not going to be able to push the brown people around. They're going to start pushing you guys around.
I'm not
Facts, you muted up, bro.
Yeah, you're fat. Yeah.
I ain't my aunties, I'm not the ones from the 60s. I'm an 80s baby. They can't put shit on. Never moved me, never stopped me, and I've been in jail. I'm gonna always step forward. Always gonna do what I do. I do not worry about it.
Actually, said that you're muted.
Yeah, right. Now you're muted.
Oh, we hear you. You're good.
I know I see this goddamn green box on that's blinking around. Is I'm on or not?
Yeah,
I see you.
Yeah, Straight. You good, Straight? You in there?
It's something going on because I came on and my stuff was
Yeah, you in the house?
But hold, what you're doing, what you're doing, I give it to you.
By the way, we're giving A-Dub some love over here on YouTube. And we live. Find me on, if you follow me on YouTube, find me over here at A-Dub Run.
Okay. I'm over here running my mouth, man. He let me run my mouth.
I think, pretty much, well, maybe not pretty much, but a lot of the work is a lot of self-work and recognizing a lot of trauma passed down through generations, honestly. A lot of the work and self-work and recognizing. It's a shame that some recognize this, youngest of ages. I think honestly we'll recognize this made up thing, race 3 or 5 or whatever. And prior to that, it didn't exist, but I think it's a lot of groundwork and a lot of community building that we need to do for the next couple of years and really be ready for the next 4 years.
Okay.
When I was in, go ahead.
No, I thought you were finished, but go ahead and finish your thought.
It's kind of just to reiterate another part to what I was saying was, it's a lot of groundwork. It's a shame that I realized this, at such a young.
So what measures, what steps are you taking for the work part is good. The work part is good. What internal parts are you taking to deconstruct that? Or are you guys just solely focused on having to maintain the farm, maintain the land, which is fine if that's what you just got to do. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things that are just going to be exempt. You know what I'm saying? That just is. Because and it's not going to be a justified exempt, but it's
when it happens, I think it's the best thing we can do.
Oh yeah, you gotta check that ugly though. You gotta let it know. You gotta let them know. Hey, look.
I think calling out and deconstructing it in the moment is.
How do you think that you could do that?
I might be lagging here. I don't know, but
how do you think that you could accomplish that?
Oh,
yeah, you sound pretty intelligent, so I think if you chew on that enough, go, walk in that field a little bit, you'll figure it out. I think you're a pretty smart guy. I think you'll figure it out. I ain't never been a dumb farmer.
The Eagle, he did say it. He did point out one thing that it's vital, and that's when it happens, pointing it out at that moment. Don't wait until you're behind closed doors.
Well, yeah.
At that moment.
Look, the most critical time
Type
for
in
it
local
is when
community.
children are young,
We're
I
doing a
think,
test run.
because that's when children learn to be racist. That's when my mom tried teaching me to be racist. is when I
What
was
did
young.
that look
My
like?
first
Now that
friend-
you look back on that, what did that look like? Like, walk us through what you seen and what you heard.
Bro,
at least
Yo.
in that
you went pass.
What talking so much? Damn. I
I
was gonna pass it to your ass. You ain't getting it now.
at least like when I really reckoned with this was, I would say, when I was like 19, where I really thought back on some of like my first moments, like really realizing that I'm like white. And it goes back to when I was in pre-K, where my first friend, her name was Kiara, and I went back home and told my mom about it. And you know, I live on, at that moment, a street called North Sibley, and she lived on a street called South Sibley. And instantly my mom clocked it, and she said, you can't be friends with her. And that's something I have always held, because she never explained why, but I instantly understood it. And I think those are those moments that we need to catch early on in people's lives.
What is it that you understood?
I didn't understand it, sadly, for the longest time, because I didn't end up being friends with Kiara. I ended up listening to my mom until I was 18, and I guess maybe I don't know.
But like when she told you that, right? When your mom told you that, and you got that clarity, what was that clarity? What did that look like? What did the justification look like at that point for you?
I really wish I knew, but I don't know, to be honest with you.
You probably understood
The other side of the
that
track.
she was color, right? And you probably understood that your friend was good to you, and you couldn't understand why your mom
Yeah, you know,
pointed that out. Okay, you didn't know it was bigotry at that time, which that was some of the first teaching
It was
that
the
your mother
seed.
threw at you.
And see, the sad part is the fact that his mother was taught that, right? Because it is inherent. It is inherent. It's something that, and unfortunately in the United States,
It's colonialism, baby.
right? That was that, but I
It's
mean,
colonialism.
the thing is, it doesn't matter your skin color.
Is this A-Dub's live?
No matter what your skin color is, we all have it. It's, you have to deconstruct that, because I mean, even in the black community, you got black people
Facts.
who don't like being black. Because
Yeah, they've been colonized.
Right.
Something happened to them. They drank too
I
much.
said,
right. But I mean, it happens. It
I
happens.
said, is this A-Dub's live?
Skin color don't matter. It don't matter, because that
Yeah.
ideology is embedded.
Show up on the panel. Get up on the panel.
You
On
muted
his
up.
channel?
I'm about
I mean,
to,
it's embedded
I'm
even
about to
in
start
like
some
our
shit.
Second Amendment. Like there's an argument that I've heard that I
Hold
kind
on.
of subscribe to, that
Yeah.
the reason why we have the Second
I'm on
Amendment
YouTube
is
at the
directly
same
because
time,
of,
bro. I'm just letting y'all diatribe. They hear it on this side too. And I'm just doing commentary.
hello y'all.
Okay, I thought you were trying to say something.
No, I mic down. I was telling A-Dub, I was telling AD and Tam to come over to your panel. They asked me what room I am on this side. I'm
Tam
telling
probably going to bed.
I'm telling everybody where to come at.
Yeah, Tam
Okay.
said she go to bed.
Okay, there go Maddie right there. Hey, Maddie.
Guys, I probably jumped out pretty soon because I got to go over to McCoy. I just don't think it is up yet. But
Even Maddie's had to go through that, because we were having that conversation the other day. Matter of fact,
this is what I want to ask you, Kim, all of you, is the part that I can't figure out, or I'm still thinking about, hey, TikTok, is like I'm doing the unpack and doing the work. The thing I can't understand is who's doing this indoctrination. So if it's us, how am I'm going to unlearn indoctrination and not perpetuate indoctrination? Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's clearly me that's indoctrinating people, but that I'm trying to not be indoctrinated. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds kind of silly, but I feel like we're always saying they, them, it, this, and it's like, well, who is it?
it's
Like, I feel like I need to
mindfulness.
identify who that is
It's-
in order
it's the
to.
mindfulness, but at the same
Systemic.
time, look at the fact that since you're a lawyer, look at the laws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, that for you, that'd be a good place to start. Look at the laws.
Oh
All
yeah,
these,
there's
with the
tons of
laws,
reasons.
when you read these laws, are these laws fair and equal across the board?
No, of course.
Or
not.
were these laws made at this time, like after slavery, like for example, the loitering law, right? All these laws that came out after slavery ended, just to put black people back in chains. When you start, you can look there, right? And you start seeing the discrimination, you start seeing the marginalization, you start seeing how, there's certain areas in states and in cities where, they got food deserts, right? You got a liquor store, but damn, where's the grocery store at? But you got fast food places too. Things like that. It's when you start, you can look around and see it.
Yeah.
And you can see it. And I mean, once you start recognizing it and you start seeing it and you start identifying it, that's when you can actually go, I got a lot to unpack.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at right now. Absolutely. Because it's like, I feel like once you get kind of over a stump, it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Right.
You can't unsee it.
You're gonna get to a place where you're gonna hate white people.
Yep.
Oh, I was there.
Watch and see what I tell you.
I was way there before, way ahead of you.
I hate white people.
But
I hate everything they do.
But you have to see it.
And then the distinction, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when the separation take place. But simply because I separate someone as a broken creature, separate from what they do, I do not negate my forgiveness of what they do on them holding themselves accountable for what they know that they're supposed to do. That does not negate that. That does not take away the effect and assertiveness and love about that. Seriously.
I don't understand why
they got to deal with that. They got to deal with that.
Yeah.
They got to face that and they got to deal with that. They got to. Because if they're not dealing with it, they lying. They not being honest. They looking for a way to get back into it.
Ego in a way, they have to hate themselves. They have to get mad and hate themselves.
Can I get an add to a touch for this?
Sure.
I'm gonna say this. When we look at this whole situation, every group have to be accountable for that. So we got black trumpers. We gotta isolate ourselves from them because all kinfolk ain't good kinfolk. But you're looking at the town halls, and you're looking at all the protests, and you're looking at all the white people getting upset. Why are they getting upset?
Because they realize what they're doing.
Why are they getting upset? Because they're feeling what we always felt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now y'all ready to get out and step up and march and shit. But when the shit was happening with us, you gave us false hope and encouragement.
Yeah.
They gaslighted
That's
us.
the same thing. And then on the 5th, y'all went and voted for this motherfucker. I'm sitting back eating popcorn. Because we always deal with this shit. We get it every fucking run. Y'all care in Iowa, Wisconsin, Nebraska, South Dakota. Because now we're threatening the rural areas. Now these programs are coming up out of your areas where you basically at a minimum, but you thought you was doing better than the people that was really giving you the taxpayer money to keep you moving. Now that's gone.
If you're outside Madison and Milwaukee, maybe a little bit of a clear, but you're out of these two. I mean, I'm only 90 minutes from Chicago. That's where I grew up. You go if you go anywhere towards the north, unless you're on the reservation, it is. I didn't know that either until I started working on a pipeline thing. I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's odd for me. It's like this systemic racism I've always known and understood. And understood my participation and delved into the history. I'm still learning things I did. The hard part for me now is how do I unlearn the things I didn't know I thought? Does that make sense? And how do I make sure that I'm not doing any indoctrination?
Mindfulness.
Because maybe it is me that's doing it.
Hold up.
It could be me.
You're already undocumented because you're hanging around black people. You starting to understand and research black people culture. You did it on your own. We didn't have to teach you how to do it. You knew what was right from wrong. So people are going to use that as an excuse because my mama was racist, so I'm racist, so I still got racist ways. No, you never gave it up. You never denounced it. Because if that person taught you to be racist, you still cool with that motherfucker. You still racist. Because you're going to hear they racist tones right around you at the same fucking time. Come on, don't sugarcoat it with me. Like, if I know you're a fucking Trumper, I don't fuck with you. Period. Black, white, Chinese, green, or whatever, indifferent. I don't give a fuck what our friendship was, how cool we was. It can be my fucking aunt. If she came and said, I'm a Trumper, we out of here. I'm not, well, until you go to the grave, that's the next time you're going to talk to me.
Right. Because
I don't know any of my personal relationships. I don't know a single Trumper.
Well, we learned from the first time. He was in office the first time. And
Yeah.
what gets me about this whole situation with Trump, right, is that I don't understand how anybody on the East Coast, I don't care, on the East Coast, didn't know how this man was. Because, I mean, really? I can understand people on the West Coast not knowing how he is, right?
New York
But
and New Jersey ain't vote for fucking Trump. You talking about
that's what I'm
this
saying.
little
I mean, and
bad
they were
apple. Don't
screaming.
ever put the East Coast in that shit because we don't like that
No, but that's what I'm
motherfucker.
saying. But that's what I'm saying. They were screaming, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" They were screaming, "Don't do it!"
We
Well,
we
Kim,
said
Kim,
East
Kim,
Coast.
here's what you got to understand. Okay, when it comes to the MAGAs, you got to keep in mind. Okay, he is their mouthpiece.
Right.
He is saying the stuff that they can't say or are afraid to say because of their environment.
No, I
He's
get that.
in that environment, but he's saying what they can't or are afraid to say, but he's speaking for them.
But that's just it. What I'm saying though is people over there
Your YouTube
knew
type
who
in
he
the
was,
local, and
so
I
they
can
didn't
find
they weren't going to
spot.
vote for him, and they were on this platform screaming, "Don't do
But
it!"
Kim, it doesn't matter because you got to understand is a lot of these people, they don't want you or me having the same thing that they have, so they will vote against their own best interest just so we can't have it.
But it backfired. Here's what I guess the part for
They
me
didn't think
was the fact that it backfires. Every time they do it, it backfires. Because, for example, education, perfect example, education. It used to be cheap or free in some cases, right? Until we started going to school, and all of a sudden, okay, now we're gonna bring up we're gonna have tuition to bring the prices up.
Right.
But you did that. But now, look who has the highest success rate for graduating college in higher degree besides bachelor. Because every time they moved the goalpost, we didn't just jump over it, but we went way over it, right? Because they would move it every time. So I figured you would learn, stop moving the goalpost. If you want to do something right. Don't sit there, keep doing it, because all you're doing, you might put obstacles in front of us, but we surpass your obstacles every single time. So why didn't you learn the first time?
What gets me is when they move the goalposts.
Hard ass.
They
Make the
okay.
soft ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. When they move the goalposts, they take even more and more of their people out of the equation that they want
That
to keep
part.
systemic racism too.
That part.
So this part is what they do to themselves is completely ludicrous. Why not just jump in, let everybody into the pool,
Ludicrous.
and see what happens?
Exactly.
Right?
Okay, they don't want
Let's
to
say
do
it was
that
nice
because
talking to you
not only are they
all.
trying to take away from you, but like I said, every time they pull this crap, they take more.
Thanks for coming up.
Yeah,
Thanks
take
for
that.
coming up, Huff.
Yeah, thanks for coming up.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
He said his thing was he's quote unquote he said it a couple of times, but I caught on what he said the first time. This guy he's pretty much has like a communist mentality. That's what he was talking about.
I mean,
Socialist. Actually, what he's saying, everything he's saying isn't communist.
it's more
Socialism.
social.
It's
He
socialism.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that democracy was founded on socialism.
I mean,
Right.
Sometimes you got to go through the good before you go through the bad.
Exactly.
right.
And-
But I mean, the one thing that gets me when you bring up socialism, right? How they seem that this country, when
You
it
don't
comes
even
to,
know what socialism is.
well,
I'll be
well,
right
no,
back.
I'm saying when they bring it up, when you bring up socialism and we talk about healthcare, right? But we can't do that. Socialism bad. But yet still, VA's been doing it since 1930.
But then if they don't like socialism, who the fuck paying for the fire department, the police department, and all
That
the
part.
services that you receive?
That
Wouldn't
part.
that be considered socialism?
Yeah,
That's
it is. And that's why I don't understand why they sit there and they
So,
push back on it
when
so
you
hard.
got
When you got the
aunties
program.
that's on welfare in the rural areas and they live off of government assistance, ain't that socialism? They didn't go to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
okay.
When they say
Why
that,
the hell
it
they
just
complaining about it?
but that's just
Well,
it.
they're not the ones complaining about it. The people they look up to who indoctrinate them into this crap, which is the same as systemic racism.
Well, was it Johnson? I think the senator turned around and made the comment, if I got the poorest white man to get, think he's better than the poorest black man, they won't see us picking his pockets. It happens to be, the upper echelon is the one that's pushing that, oh, socialism bad, because why? It would make you equal in a sense. They don't want equality.
No, they don't even want
The problem is that they're stupid. They're
Right.
dumb. When I'm
white
around something,
nationalists
when
don't
I'm
want
around
equality
excellence,
for their own
I
people
want to
either.
be around excellence.
Hold on. Say what now?
Oh, sorry about that.
I was just saying, white supremacists don't want even some of their own people.
Well,
No,
the
they don't like
rich
each
don't want them. The rich don't want them. And here's what gets
The
me.
rich.
They, you have these people that are supporting Trump, but go ahead, support him. Let me know when you can knock on the door and he welcomes you in. I'll wait.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'll wait because you're not going to be. You're not going to be able to sit at that table. So I don't know why you're trying. So I don't know why you're caping. You
Age,
won't.
location, and who you
Hold on,
voted for.
Kimmy. Yeah. Hi, is it Roger?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Roger.
Yes,
Hi,
yes.
Roger.
55. Hello, 55. I voted for Harris, and I just wanted to share with everybody, if I could, our problems, unless you've already heard, just got much bigger.
And that is.
No.
Are you guys familiar with Norwegian?
Yeah, they're not gonna feel our subs, which I don't blame them.
Yeah, which, and I don't blame them either, but that just really, yeah.
The reason they're not feeling it is because they know he's aligned with
I don't
Russia.
blame them either.
I
agree. And if I could have got through that screen after I seen that interview yesterday, God only helped me.
But you know what?
Because what they did.
I'm gonna tell you, from a military standpoint, you're getting you reap what you sow. Period. I
agree.
Don't feel.
No, I agree. I'm just concerned with us. You know what I'm saying? The one that supported the common sense side, the only choice we had, which was the most qualified at that.
But I'm not.
But
I can't even worry about that either because you know what? Right at this point, I'm gonna worry about me and mine because every time, as much as we've been screaming and letting people know, hey, don't do that, and you still did it, I'm done.
no, I agree with that.
I
Just
understand
hearing
where you're
that.
coming from, I understand everybody up in arms and all that. The chess. Everybody, it's just chess being played on a whole different level that we can understand. He just did the one thing that Putin wanted him to do: embarrass himself on the national stage. That he's going to end up walk back. If you don't walk it back, we know what time it is.
That part.
That's the part. He got no other choice. The pressure is too deep. Come on, we got NATO. They like, oh, so you're just going to just scream on national TV and embarrass the president. You're going to have a vice president and try to embarrass the president of the country that we're supporting right now during crisis.
Right, and see what Putin is doing is he's putting things in place so that the way the world can watch America basically self-destruct with Donald Trump.
Right before I got on the live, he signed another order saying that all cybersecurity and other security forces are to remove themselves if they're having anything to do with Russia.
Here's the thing, and you know what's crazy about that is the fact that because what he's done, that shoot yourself in the foot, cutting off nose, spite the face. You got France right now talking about they don't want to do that. They don't want to do it with the U.S.
Europe doesn't want
Europe
to.
is like that. These are our allies turning their backs on us.
My question is, I'd like to know what exactly Putin has over Trump, because that's, as one congressman put it, this is America Russia 2.0. If I said that correctly, that's not the United States in the Oval Office. It's not.
No, it goes all the way back to the 70s.
Yeah, it does.
I agree.
I keep trying to tell people, Trump got into real estate, okay, and built towers, and he was selling entire floors to the Russian mafia.
Yep.
Okay, and then what he would do is he would put that money in the bank and basically wash it.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time the Russians came up and said, well, we want to sell the property back to you, he'd hand them the whole floor back. That was clean. Now they can go and do whatever the hell they want to in the United States, and we don't know what the hell they were doing, or anywhere else in the world, because obviously for a long time the United States was the gold standard for dollar everywhere else in the world.
But Trump also wanted to be part of that. He also wanted to be part of that. He wanted to be a body.
He had people that were bodyguarding him that were strictly mafia.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Y'all,
somebody's up.
y'all do realize this goes further back. This goes towards his daddy, right?
Right.
And
That's
y'all
Yep.
know it goes way back
back.
then.
Yes, his grandfather.
The Hitler, Schmittler men.
Yes.
So
yes.
when you're going
And
back
they
to
couldn't have-
Schmittler, he's automatically there. It's just automatically in his lineage to be there.
That's a fact.
So there's a long history of that whole situation that's actually happening. So when you're looking at the connections and you can put the dots together, y'all are talking about the 70s for him, but this is further than that. This literally goes back to Daddy. Daddy got him in it.
No, but this goes back to granddaddy.
Yeah, all of it. All of them.
All of it that way.
Got them in it.
The reason I'm saying Trump is because that's what we're dealing with today. Okay, we're not.
Unfortunately, the only thing I'm going to disagree on was what Straight Facts said. If I pronounce that correctly, I think we're past the point of no return. You look at what's going on. It's not just within our country. He's turning all our allies against us, taking us out of everything to completely dismantle this country.
That's because he's
out of NATO. He can't
He's
take us out
working
of
for
NATO.
Putin. Okay, he wants us to look weak in the world so Putin looks bigger. But here's the problem: Putin's GDP isn't any bigger than Mexico's GDP. He'll never be able to financially take over the world, so he has to use these psych ops that he's doing. Okay, to make it seem like he's bigger than he really is. He's nobody.
He's blustering. He's really blustering because he can't remove us from NATO. Congress voted that a lot when the last time he was in office. He tried to pull that BS. They said nope.
And nobody worrying about it, but we still got to worry about NATO. Bitch, he ain't fucking with us.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, they've already flat told Denmark and Canada that we are backing you if Trump tries to go after Canada and or Denmark's Greenland.
I think it's funny what Canada's doing. Canada's like, okay, you want to do that? You want to do them tariffs? Cool. Tennessee, Kentucky, y'all screwed.
Where my friends, friends saying in Canada right now is it's hard to find American products, but the bootleggers is
exactly.
You're still gonna make commerce off America. It's gonna be the bootlegger, just like they did during the Chicago days.
Right.
Go to Canada, get the Canadian lick and bring it back.
But the thing is, though,
that's illegal. Illegal money.
Right. But the thing is though, when you have like places like Tennessee and Kentucky where that making bourbon and whiskey, and you got Canada that pretty much is 70% of their sales. Oh yeah, you did them, and they're not buying it. They're sheltered when it comes to whiskey. No.
Yeah, we got sitting on the docks in America right now, and that's right now.
Exactly.
Man, the military it doesn't even matter.
Right.
Complain about it, talk about it in circles and dances. Still ain't gonna fucking change the fact that we got to start keeping our dollar within our community. We got to start constructing ourselves and building a foundation. That's it. It's all this other shit. I don't get.
I would start with all the companies I would start with all the companies that rolled back the DEI.
Well, we were
out of your community.
We're already doing
we are doing that.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: it's not just them. So now the companies that put their commercials on TV, we start watching them. We start going to the advertisers that support these shows. What is bigger than it? Is this bigger than Walmart to fucking Target? It's all of them. The brands there are like, look, Target right now, website is trash. They getting smashed right now because of their DI fucking decision. Their own board of directors are suing Target for making decisions was not in their best interest. That they lost $15.3 billion since the DEI statement. So you look at all the other companies that's now pushing back to get, oh, fuck that, I'm not getting in that fight.
Right. But
But
see,
if they
earlier,
support a Donald Trump ad and they got Donald Trump products in their store, they still under the same scrutiny, just like fan base. And
Right.
I my point.
and straight, you got to remember earlier AE's live. I think we were watching the Roland Martin live, the Roland Martin clip. They brought it up. I think it was in here. They brought up Roland Martin's clip about how they're trying to address Target, right? And they're taking small segments, right? And they're on the store level, not corporate, but store level, and going at them like store to store, and they don't even know. They never know what store they're going to go to find, just to see what's going on, because I think they finally realized how strong the black dollar really is.
Well, here's another thing I wanted to point out too, and that is how long it's going to take the United States to recover from this fiasco that we have right now, as far as an administration. How long is it going to take America to recover and restore its good name throughout the world with its allies and with NATO?
I think it's going to take, the faster you get him out of office it's going to be from that point. I mean, the faster you get him out of office,
it's going to take a while. But the main thing is we have to keep key players out of the game.
Right.
And I mean, and when I say out of the game, I mean out of the White House, the Senate, the House, and even in your state governments. You have to get those people voted out that are supporting this mess.
The Supreme Court should have stood on whatever Colorado's decision was and left it there.
Colorado's decision was to let Congress do it, but I'll tell you what, whoever swore him in,
Colorado's decision
needs to be removed.
Colorado's original decision was that he committed insurrection, so he shouldn't be able to even run. Remember?
Right, but they ruled correctly. It is not, they can't take him off the ballot. Anybody can be on the ballot. Doesn't matter who you are or what you did. Anybody, even in prison, can. The point is, you can put him on the ballot, but that they don't have the power. But Congress does.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court
does in the 14th Amendment, sections 3 and 5.
Right.
That is.
What's one of the other requirements? So if I go and run now and I'm 32 years old, I'm not. I'm way old, but
right.
Can I be 32 and be president? No, you can't. No. So what? No, he can't. He can't be. He's unlawful as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's unlawful.
The moment he committed insurrection, he shouldn't have been in contention.
The second he pardoned those guys, I mean, if you wanted something for, you needed a hard case here. Not that you didn't already have it, right? But you needed something. You don't have to be charged with any of those things. You just have to do them.
Right. And then, I mean, basically what he aided in comfort by letting them out?
Yes. Well, he aided in comfort because he didn't do anything to begin with.
Just thinking, I realize that they're not, I realize the historical part of this, but just imagine those guys sitting around that table thinking about this and thinking, I wonder if there's going to be a guy who dresses like a buffalo and shits on a desk and smears it on the wall. We better protect for that. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean,
how can you possibly predict how stupid we get?
I mean, they had the provision, they had the 25th Amendment for a reason, because you had it happen. Like, obviously,
not a single one of them should have made it through that door.
Exactly.
Not one.
But the thing is, it happened, but there was a reason why you have the Insurrection Act, right? There's a reason, because it happened before.
Right, Civil War.
So why do we have to have a repeat of it? And then you don't do anything about it.
I mean, did they want General Lee, running for president a year later? No, you don't. You're out. That's exactly what it is. It's the same thing. I don't know. 400 years we've had the edge, and this is the guy we put forward. 400 years.
But what this is okay. What you learn from this is what happens when you tag your education and you start taking things away from the schools, or state level, not federal, state level. When people are coming in, like, I don't know, Daughters of the Confederacy. Oh, we don't want to teach that. This is what you get when you do that.
then why did uneducated some, and I realize that black women are the most educated, why did some uneducated groups still overwhelmingly vote for Hispanic women, black women that don't have education, and you adjust for that? Why didn't they? Because there's something wrong with us. I'm sorry, but it's not. But I don't want to say that entirely because there's a little bit that lets you off the hook if you're going on the genetic angle. Slavery all the way through here has removed our empathy, and that's what it is. It's our empathy, and I do not think like there was another live that said, "Wow, communism trumps racism," and I said, "I'll tell you what. If you don't run a concurrent campaign along with this of an anti-racism campaign, it's going to continue. We would rather be racist than free. I really believe that. I believe it now." We would rather be racist than free. And I I'm not that I'm still trying to adjust to that or that I don't believe it. It's just like sometimes I just sit here and go, I mean, just looking at them, I'm like, how could you, like put a tariff on that face. But like, it's just, they've been bluffing the whole time. Everybody in the world knows that this is Putin's game. Everybody.
This has been going on before, like since what, Nixon? About taking away rights, and the black community has been screaming it since then. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been screaming it. But what it's going you gotta get hit in the face with a frying pan before you figure it out. I mean, what?
With some well-meaning white people, and I truly mean this, they're so far removed from it all. They don't live in a black community, they don't have black people at work, that they really view racism, and not that it's over, really. I mean, even these are attorneys I work with, but they view it as dogs and water hoses and schools and like Jim Crow. That's what they think racism is. They haven't moved past that.
They see it. They choose not to interact.
Yeah, exactly.
They see it. No.
I'm around some pretty dumb people. Real dumb.
I got friends that deal with the shit on the regular here. And the people that they got is the allies, they color, they white color. Help them out to prove them that this is racist. You gotta have somebody on their side to go up against them.
Right. Well, I mean, even with the experiment, we would rather be alone.
People ignore it. They see the
point is, if you didn't know it and you find out, you ask why. You just ask why. You say, I don't want to hurt people. I wonder why this is, and you just fucking ask. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You just ask. Hell no.
So
I live in the city.
Where I live at, when Trump first ran, it was Trump signs everywhere, and then you had every other damn sign up. But guess what? People went, and the Trumpers, they didn't fuck with them no more, and they moved out the neighborhood. Because once they found out,
why would you put a sign like that on your house? So tacky.
You gotta go. They like when people really literally start keeping the pushing back of them out of your life. Like we don't want to be. A lot of people. Like I got a worker that I put on his page. Oh, now you a Republican, but you just was talking about Kamala, and now it's a Democrat, and now you mad at the Ukrainian war, but you sit and talk in my face every day. Like he was my friend, so now you mad, and I don't know what it is, and now you against me. You fake.
Yeah, and the other thing that is the only way we can organize is around racism, is being racist. The only way we can organize, because we don't like each other either.
Oh, we know that.
Yeah, I mean, we do not. I mean, I don't. I mean, I never have. But
white women are the worst than other white women, for real.
That's what I mean. When there's like, who would you rather be in the boardroom with? And it's such a shockwave through this white lady committee. And I was like, well, that makes sense. I mean, and people are like, what do you mean it makes sense? And really angry about that. I'm like, why are you so angry? Why don't you go and ask? Go and ask why that would be. We know white men, and we know how dangerous and awful they are. So I think that's what surprised them most, because that's who you're exposed to. We know how terrible.
White women are far more dangerous than white men.
Yeah, to black women, yes.
No,
yes.
To us, period.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with that entirely. I think that we are more, we betray you more.
No, y'all are dangerous to us as a whole, for real.
Well, yeah, as a whole, as white people, sure. But I mean,
white women are dangerous to the black community as a whole.
Yeah.
And I don't want
not necessarily the black men, but I mean, y'all are bad.
I don't want
real bad. No doubt there. No, nothing there.
If you look on my Instagram account, you will see the perfect depiction of a white woman that
back in a chat room where an African American man or black man, I mean, he tore me down so bad, and she sat there. She
Right.
sat there. So yes, if I had to have a choice between the bear and a white woman, I'm taking the bear.
I know Black Samurai has his hand up. Go ahead, Black Samurai.
Yeah.
And it was
Wait,
awful.
Hold on,
It was awful.
hold on.
because I
No
really
salt, hold on.
trusted this woman.
That's
No
what I mean,
salt.
that
No
betrayal.
salt, hold on, because Black Samurai had his hand up.
Well, Black Power. I got something to say to you, Facts. I sent you everything.
Thank you. Thank you, nephew. I seen it pop up.
All right, but I do need your email because you want the whole clip. It's golden.
I know.
It's
why I
golden.
That's why I wanted it. Because I tore him down. That gotta get.
I need your email so I can send you the whole clip. It's golden.
You talking about the
All
live?
right. Besides that, I got to send the Tim Kimio 81 Black Power. Stay black.
All right.
I did see your clips. I saw your clips. I like those. He sent me some. He sent me some musical clips.
Now, what I found that since the Civil War Act,
You mean civil rights?
Civil Rights Act of 1964 was passed.
What are you doing? That's not Dorito. You're a dog.
Hey,
Are you insane?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm yelling at my dog.
I got you.
So anyway, I noticed that all the laws that were being written, whether it's in state or federal, anymore it doesn't have teeth in it. And the reason it doesn't have teeth in it is because there would be so many white people that would be caught up in it. You understand? That there'd be all these rules were and laws that were supposed to protect the blacks, really
Can we say black people?
minorities and anybody else, women, have no fucking teeth in them. Okay, so there's no way for a judge to do anything but via his mind what works and what he thinks what will work and what won't work in popular America. If there was teeth in it, there'd be a lot of white businesses that'd be constantly fined, constantly have the people that were the CEOs jailed and whatnot. I've noticed that throughout our latest history here, from the 64, like I said, Civil Rights Act, right up in today, they don't put teeth in any laws unless they think that they can collect people of color. That's the only laws that I see that sit out there and do that now. Now, like there's laws now in California that was written in 2020 or was put into power in 2020. In California, it says you can't just walk up and say, as an attorney, this man was part of the Crips, and therefore he's guilty. Even though he wasn't part of the crime, he's part of a gang.
This is what we call Malala.
And they would at first just go ahead and prosecute these young men just because it's their affiliation. They can't do that anymore in California. You can't do that anymore. And I think the rest of the country needs to do that as well. In fact, anytime anyone is caught doing stuff like that, as an attorney or a judge or anyone shows any type of racial animosity throughout any cases, those cases can be thrown out now.
Well, that's why the exoneration rate for black people is so high, especially black men.
Right. And that's why a lot of other laws, business laws, state laws and whatnot, have no teeth in them when it comes to something that's not criminal, because they don't want to have to catch up the white businessman in that.
Well,
okay. Or that's I mean, it's just my opinion. This is what I see. I'm interested in laws, but I noticed a lot of the laws, what we're talking about, why he got a chance to run and all that stuff down the line, is that they wrote it in such a way so they didn't catch white people in it. Okay? And because obviously the majority of time presidents have been white, okay, and not people of color, except with the exception of Obama and Kamala Harris, who was really the first people that have just jumped up there and said, yeah, I think I can do this job, and had the qualifications to do the job.
I mean, we talk
Okay,
about
so I'm just saying, when I look at laws, when I see what's going on in the government, the problem we have is in the government's laws, there's no teeth in them.
it's not the teeth. The government laws, the laws that have been passed in this country, it goes into CRT, which unless you're a college grad, you know, in law school, you're not gonna do this. But those laws, CRT actually teaches you the laws, right? Tells you why these laws are there. It's not just government, it's the laws, period.
Okay, and it was only supposed to be set up for universities, all right?
But I'm saying, but it's the laws,
set up
period.
for universities.
It's a law and it's legislation. It's a legislation. I mean, when your legislation is basically set up to oppress marginalized groups, really?
Right, right.
You can't do exactly that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. So that's what I do. So I'm an attorney, and that's exactly right. So I'm trying to come up with a very good plan for Social Security, if we still have it after all this. In that there is no law that said Black folks can't have the New Deal, but Black folks couldn't have the New Deal. So they wrote a law saying, okay, people who work in homes, people who work in agriculture, people, you know, in that, at that time, and I don't mean anyway, in those times of jobs, and I don't mean it nowadays, but oh God, that was so wildly offensive. But when they said Black jobs, I mean, I don't know how anyone voted for him, but in that time, to be able to set the law and say, okay, these are the occupations that are exempt. We know that 90% of those occupations are filled by, you know, Black folks and former slaves. So what we'll do is create those, but then it makes it very difficult to say this is racism. But you know, why did they do it? And they'll come up with some stupid ass reason that seems logical in the courts. But when you're challenging that on the words, you've got to get to a judge that will interpret the law that way. Right. I mean, the laws are only as they're interpretable. So that's what I'm working on with Social Security. So it wasn't until 1957 that any Black folks got a Social Security.
Correct.
And so what's good there is with why I have some teeth essentially in that case is because I can demonstrate that in Harlem on 1957 January 1st, Black men made 50 cents on the man's dollar, and that was the highest in the country. So I'm going with the highest rate in the country. So then they're not going to be paying into Social Security the same, which also hurts, guess who? White people. Yep. So then I can get some teeth in that case, but that's exactly right. That's what I have to do all the time. That's why I can't tell, this isn't my money and it's not my restorative justice, but I think going around state to state or community to community on Jim Crow laws were written with teeth that said these people are not going separate but equal. And that's the same thing, but separate and equal is a lot easier to prove because it's already been ruled on. Does that make sense? I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
I can see that.
Here's the thing. They can't make laws. And the problem is even though you can't make laws that say, okay, this group, and this group, right? Even though you can't specifically say that in the law, by pointing out, like, you know, people in this they're agricultural, right? This segment, or people in this segment, it's the same thing it's tantamount to sitting there saying, okay, here's a law for Black people, here's a law against Black people. It's tantamount to that. So my thing is, and I understand that with government, you have to make when you're doing laws, they have to be blanket, right? They have to be across the board. But let's look at the anti-haze or during it was COVID, and it actually it was specifically geared towards the Asian community because of what Trump's rhetoric was, right? Where they were being attacked because he was blaming them for COVID, right? And I forgot the name of that bill. I forgot the name of that bill, but it was literally, I mean, it said it was COVID. It was something about COVID and hate, no, COVID hate crime, something like that. But we all know that who it was geared to, right? Because of what Trump said, the rhetoric he put out. So
exactly. This is how these guys operate in and out of that stuff all the time. It makes I mean, yeah, you'd want to beat them to be concrete on something so you could really get to them. But these guys flow. These guys check things out. They find the end rounds to pull the shit over and over and over. We need to find ways to close the laws in such a way that bigotry cannot become part and parcel of governing the people.
Well, then you
That's
got
what that's systemic racism. That's why we have the problems that we have. That's why critical
every
race
law in this
theory-
country then.
Yeah, critical race
Corruption.
theory was there for university professors and legal people to figure out if the minority was being proportioned far more than white people.
And then
Okay, hold on. This is No Salt BP. I would like to know what in Trump eyes, those are still black jobs. Does he not know black women are the most educated people in this country? Hello.
No, he doesn't
He
believe it.
knows that
No,
because
he knows that, but he doesn't care.
he does know that because there was one that went up against him in a debate, and she just let it.
Beat his ass.
She obliterated him on stage.
You're giving him a little bit too much credit. He has an IQ of 70. I mean, third grade speaking level.
I'm not giving him any credit, sweetheart.
No, no, I don't mean that. I mean, he is, functionally literate at best. I think, he's just going to go ahead and assume whatever's not true, whatever he has to do. I mean, this is a child, like a mentality of a child we're dealing with, but an evil child. An evil child.
Yes.
You ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yep.
Look at the
Yeah.
look at
seen
the
it.
comparison.
Yep. It's exact.
Look at the thing.
I mean, what he's trying to do is to stop education in the future.
They're not going
Black
to
America.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not going to happen in my community.
No, it's not.
Like, he doesn't know that because, like,
We don't worry about it. It's not.
yeah, that's exactly it. I'm not worried about it either.
We've been doing it for the last since he came president the first time. Nobody's that dense if you're going to make you this big damn white.
I'm not worried about it, but you know what? I don't like the narrative. I don't.
So
Because everything,
Neither do I.
everything
He's been doing it way before he got in
administration
office.
has done up until this point, it was targeted, or so they thought, to black women, TANF, Medicaid, food
All the
stamps,
programs.
and the majority of those people that are on those subsidies,
Are white women.
thank you. So who were you really hurting with that? We all sat back and laughed.
Well, this is what I'm saying. He's thinking 30 years ago, and that's not that way today.
But they needed the white women to make the other white women think it was a cool situation. What the other white women did, they went to their husbands and said it's a cool situation. A white woman wasn't nothing but a Trojan horse.
Exactly.
Y'all over here acting
And
like
I
it's
didn't
not
mean that.
simple mathematics. It's like me as a black man, I can see that play a mile away because you always use the woman to get the man to do what the fuck you want done.
Yep.
And what woman is willing
I didn't mean
to
that, no, so I'm-
because they think if they get in, then they can have control and be equal to men. But it really never do, but they play their position to bring other women in. Look at Epstein. He had a woman that was on his side.
Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell, but you know what? With the black women, with us, the 92%, that was the ultimate reverse Uno card. When he started firing those people from government jobs, that was the reverse Uno for us. And you're like, do you really believe you think you're hurting us? We were on top of this 25 years ago. We went and got our bachelor's degrees, our master's degrees, and our doctorates. And that's what black women did.
And our PhDs.
And our PhDs.
PhDs,
You know what?
yeah.
There was no DEI amongst black women. No. But he hurt the hell out of everybody else.
This is the lie these people are saying. Okay.
Hang on one second.
And then white women never realized, here's the deal, white women never realized that they were part of DEI. They didn't. They thought they got it on their merit. They thought they got it because they knew the boss's son. They thought that they knew it because they were working for daddy.
No, they thought
That's
they
what
knew
they
that they were
thought.
on their kneas.
Okay.
That maybe affirmative action, but not DEI.
Exactly.
But I want to say one second. What I meant to tell you is that I mean Trump administration giving Trump too much credit. That guy can't decide shit. It's the people behind him we got to keep our eye on. That's what I mean.
Right straight.
The biggest DIA hire was his fucking daughter-in-law as chair of the Republican Party.
That
Yeah.
part.
She's a fucking.
That wasn't a
singer
DEI
and
hire.
has
That
a
they don't even
high
belong. They don't even
college
do
dropout.
that. They don't even do the program.
So how
Right.
y'all gonna talk
Not a
about
singer.
DEI and then get mad at the Kendrick Lamar fucking halftime show? That not a white person was there. Y'all said y'all ain't want to be a part of this shit. Shut the fuck up.
I'm
Pick up your
sorry.
fight.
No. I'm sorry. I went to school in
Funny part
Wisconsin,
is-
not like us.
Hold on. The funny
That's
part
it,
is
that's
the
all.
fact that what they're doing is they're confusing affirmative action with DEI.
Yep.
That's
exactly.
what's so funny to me because you are that ignorant that you don't know the difference between affirmative action and DEI. Seriously?
Okay, so how are we gonna take these guys out? Putin and.
And that's what someone else
What are we doing?
asked in the live.
We've got an action plan. I need a 1, 2, 3.
Someone
Who are
is
you to answer
asking, what
plan?
solutions do we see that we can do right now? The solution is
No, don't. I'm not answering that question. That's not for us to answer.
no. The solution is stop going off of identity politics. Stop thinking that you have or
We're all on the
anyone
same page,
has
though.
a
So now what do we do?
complex or an affiliation to white supremacy. That is the solution.
But I'm not
Well,
gonna
the solution is
They
to
gotta
not
figure it out
them. We
themselves.
gotta actually get them out of the office immediately.
Well, it's called voting for the other person until, and
We don't
even
have,
if the person is a placeholder and he's in the Democratic Party,
But
you,
see, here's the thing. When
you got
she
to
came-
vote. 40% of the country didn't vote.
Lion, hold on, Lion. When you come up here and ask that question, I refuse to answer that question because the answer is for you. Exactly.
Who?
I'm not answering that question.
Wait
for
a
them to
minute,
figure out.
who? Who's playing?
The one that was
The
just
person was up here.
You didn't pay
Oh.
attention. 'Cause y'all wasn't paying attention, but I heard.
I paid.
And I look at it like it is. You're not coming up in my brother's room to try to get it took down, and I'm not gonna even let you come to the Here's one. One o'clock to fucking.
Oh, I see.
And see, and I didn't answer the
Time
question.
for your extra. I want to know what the plan is. Go figure out your own fucking plan.
Straight, you heard what I said. I said I didn't answer that question at all because you know what? That's for you to figure out.
It ain't my job to sit on TikTok or open forum to give you my plan on what to protect my family and my friends and my foundation and my community. It's none of your fucking business. You're not a part of the plan because you probably voted for them. That's why you want to know what the plan is.
Yeah, they just figured, they
Long plan.
around and found out.
We have a meeting.
You don't let
on
them shape the
February
issue
31st
anymore.
next year. Come to our
They don't
meeting.
get to shape the issue again.
February the
We allowed them
31st
to
of
decide
next
what the
year.
problems
We will
were.
tell y'all what the plan is for the midterm election.
But see, Madison,
So
this is what
midterm
we're talking
elections,
about.
we're gonna lose. I mean, that's
But Madison,
good.
this is
If
what
we
we're
don't run
talking
an anti-racism campaign, and then alongside of that, we also run a campaign based solely on getting money out of politics. Citizens United campaign finance reform. That's it. It's the
No,
only way.
Madison, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking
And
about.
some fucking charisma.
This is what we're talking about, though. You know, they'll come up in black spaces and ask these questions, and we are not going to answer. The 92% is they sitting back with their feet up, and we mean that shit. I'm sorry. Don't ask me shit.
why was that? Why did that scare you? I am with you guys. I'm
It
saying
doesn't
we need
scare
to
me.
protest,
It doesn't
we need
scare
to
any of
plant
us.
some things.
It does not
We
scare any
all
of us.
agree.
But for you to come up and ask that question on a black panel, that is for you to figure out.
And
But
as far
I'm-
as
I'm-
protests, hold
I
up,
don't
wait a
consider
minute.
you a
You know
black panel, you're
what?
people.
You know what? Black
Right, hold up,
women
time
are
out, time out.
going
Right
out
there.
here protesting anything.
Hold up.
Hold up. That's
We
the problem.
want to see
Everybody hold
your
up.
work. You need to put in work.
Ladies trying to talk.
Why don't you find out who you're talking to?
Ladies talking.
That may help
Closest
y'all
talking.
understand.
Okay.
I'm against Donald Trump. I think he's dangerous.
Peg Dickinson. She says, I mean, we need to protest. No.
I need to.
Hold
We
up.
need to get beyond protesting and find out
Hold
how
up.
we're going to get rid of this guy.
Hold
He's
up.
bad for the country.
Yes, he is. But you know what? You sit back and you wait and you stay in your lane.
Our brother is trying to talk.
Here's-
Can
here's-
y'all
here's-
please
We got to
let him
do
speak?
more than that.
Hold up, everybody. Here's the deal. Okay, I heard what you said. I've been listening to everybody. Okay, when you're talking about getting out there. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the big box real quick. All right, you need to get organized, which is what I do.
Good idea.
Okay, One of the things that I've done here in Alabama, you know how red Alabama is. Okay. What I have done is I have gotten with other Democrats, you know, because I have a few let's put it this way, positions in local government. I'm on the Industrial Development Board, and I'm also on the Zoning Board here in town. Okay. But I also got with other people as far as in the Democratic Party, which I used to be a chair of the Democratic Party. Somebody dropped. And I also was on the State Democratic Executive Committee for House District 93, which is the office I got elected to. So what I do is I utilize this thing called Vote Builder. Okay, and I can actually get, I'm just going to show you the corner of it. Okay, let me see. Can anybody see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Voters by poll. I can tell you who all voted, what party they voted for. Okay, and what location they voted. I get their phone numbers and stuff. I call them. Hey, yeah, we have a election coming up. Do you do you need a ride to the polls? Do you need to know anything about what's going on as far as the election is concerned? You know, as far as the candidates or any amendments that are on the ballot. Okay.
Can we do that? If we were to call our Democratic leadership in that area, can we make calls also?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You're organizing and you're helping your local party. And one of the other things we do, hold on a second.
But AE.
Hold on. Another thing I do is we'll get with the State Democratic Party, with the Executive Committee, and the Black Caucus, which I am also a member of, and we print up what we call yellow ballots. This is a yellow ballot. It looks just like the ballot that you get to vote with, right? As you can see, it's kind of like pre-marked right here. Those are amendments. Okay. And what they will do, normally what those amendments do, they actually explain what they are, because a lot of times those things are written in a language that most people don't understand. But what they do is we have lawyers that work with us, and they break it down into layman's terms. Okay. And so with this being marked, which is all they're saying is this is who the ADC endorses as far as the Democratic Party is concerned. Okay. And you can take this, with you into the booth and vote like this is set up. Okay. You can do that. They cannot tell you that you can't do it. Okay. Because it's perfectly legal. And we do this nationwide. I've got this spread across all 67 counties in the state of Alabama.
I'm so proud of you. I admire you.
I also have what we call just like if you have somebody that's incarcerated. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And that person that's incarcerated has not committed a crime of moral turpitude. That person never lost their right to vote. So
I did not know
that person can vote from jail or prison, provided that they do it as an absentee.
Yep.
They can still vote because they never lost their right to vote.
Love it.
And there are certain, if they committed a crime of moral turpitude, they lost their right to vote. But, however, when that person has served their time, depending on the type of crime that they committed,
and the state,
there are certain. Yeah, this is varies from state to state. So if they committed a crime of moral turpitude, when they will never get their rights back, you can just hang that up. But some of them, there are some that once you serve your time, if you have completed your probation or parole and you've already paid back all of your restitution, then you can re-register to vote. But you also have to request to get your voting rights back because and show that you've already done everything you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So we can actually get those that were incarcerated, and some of them had felonies, but they didn't have crimes of moral turpitude. We can actually get them back into the realm of voting. So
Healing.
this is what I'm working on here, and I'm encouraging you guys to get involved with your county Democratic Party and help organize and volunteer, spread the word, educate the people. First of all, you educate the people within your own home. Then you can spread it to your friends outside the home, friends and family outside the home. Are you going to have something that's not going to go along with it? That's going to be a true statement because you're going to have something that's not going to go along with you. But the ones that you can encourage, you bring along with you. Also, any students that are coming up to be a voting age and they're not registered to vote, you get them registered. Show them how to register to vote. They can register just, I want to say it's about a month or two before their 18th birthday. They can register to vote.
It depends on the state, because some states you may have to be 18 to do it, to register.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm in Texas, so I will go down tomorrow, and because I know where the office is, and I'm going to get volunteering. So I appreciate you, sir. You did a great job, and this is really what we need to be talking about more. I think there's so many of us that are on here agreeing. We all know basically what the problem is, and we know that we need new leaders right now, and we need them really before the next election cycle, but as soon as possible. So we got to at least be ready by then, and so we should get working on it. And so
There's a problem with something you said when you came out
You
here.
need to start working on that now because the midterms are coming up next year. So we need to start working on that now.
Well, there's a problem. I have a problem with something you came up here.
They already know Congress is going to be a lame duck like they was last. They're not even going to do shit in the Senate. Some Republicans are either going to get a backbone after this backlash, and they getting across the United Nations right now laughing at us because we had a damn blubbering idiot yesterday. Things are going to be real great. We're going to have a very
the fashion police were there.
Peg, I'm gonna tell you something, Peg, that you came up here and you said.
And two facts to his point. When it comes to the House, okay, House holds the purse strings. So therefore, those Congress members that are up for election or re-election, and they're Republican, you need to support the Democratic candidate that is running against them. And you push hard, you donate. If it's $5, donate $5. If you donate 10 or 20, donate that. I'm not saying go, throw all your money at a candidate, but my whole point is you do all you can to get those candidates elected. Okay?
We're already doing that, but it doesn't feel like enough right now.
Well, I'm about to use my platform. We're going to talk about candidates in midterms on my platform, on YouTube and here. So we pick our candidates. That's the candidates we're going to bring attention to. Because I got friends in Houston. Because I got one person that might be running, Isaiah. You don't know what Isaiah Martin is? He's dope. He's one of the TikTok creators. And he's going to run in Houston for his mentor. And then we got a couple of other ones in Tennessee. We got one here in Kentucky because they got Daniel Cameron going to try to run for governor. Not governor.
My husband needs to go on the ballot. He'd be great.
He's going for Mitch McConnell's position. David Cameron, if you don't know who he is, he's the one when it came to Queen Taylor situation with the no knock warrant.
Yeah, right.
And he's trying to run for big seat. So the Democrat that we got running against him, we're pushing forward. So we talk about
what's
this
his name
on our platform. We got two people right now. We got the one that was running for AG when he was running, he lost. And we also got the woman that was running for the last time she was running for next seat. We trying to figure out who it's going to be, but we should get that announcement in the next 3 to 6 months. That's
Real
what
quick,
we
straight
talking
up. I need to address something. I need to address something to Peg because she said something that really did irk me. Because it's a dog whistle. It's flat out a dog whistle.
What?
When you come up to a panel and you have a panel full of
misspoke.
Black people, you made the comment. Oh well, I don't see. No, it's different colors. You know, I don't. It doesn't matter. I don't see color. That is something that that y'all have to stop saying that.
She misspoke.
I didn't say that. Y'all were saying that I came up on a black panel, and I said I did.
Well, it's not. Well, let me fix this whole situation because this is my panel.
I don't know. Yes, I don't know what if that was your issue or not. How can I tell?
Hold on, Peg. Hold on, Peg. Listen up. Listen up.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you out.
Okay. I didn't hear the comment yet because I walked away. But here's the thing.
She made the comment.
I don't have a black panel.
Yes, that's what I said.
Hold on.
You said you did.
I don't have a white panel.
Yes.
Because the last time I checked, I'm looking at Lioness up there. I know she's not my complexion.
Right.
But
Definitely.
however,
I didn't say that. Somebody misunderstood me. I didn't say anything like that.
Okay, but
I wouldn't. That's not something that I would say.
I'm addressing this to everybody here so that they understand.
Okay.
This is the point. I don't care who you are, what you look like, where you come from. If you have the same ideals and moral compasses as everybody else on the panel, you're more than welcome to come up here. We share ideas and everything, and we work on what we need to work on to get this clown car under control and get the car back on the damn road. Because right now it's being ran in the ditch.
I'm task oriented.
Okay.
I am just like that.
So with that being said, we're not looking at in color at this moment. We're looking at what has to be done.
Yes.
Okay?
I guess my question to her would be, why would you ask us? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why would you ask us? How come these are things that you even thought about yourself?
I'm not sure what your issue is. I just said
I'm not saying it's an issue. I'm just wondering why would. Okay.
I don't.
If I'm listening to the conversation. Hold on. If I'm listening to the conversation, I would be coming up with ideas on my own instead of asking. Like, okay, well, I'd wait to see what's going on in the conversation.
Because I know this guy's a leader. I'm looking at him right now. I could hear his voice. I could tell he was a leader. So I was asking him. I would already think that he was the kind of person that would have a plan. So I was asking for his advice. It's late. My voice is tired. Maybe I sounded impatient. But what I was thinking is, what you guys are here all talking and agreeing. That sounds like where you begin to start an action plan. And look, he's already got one. So that's what I'm interested in knowing about. Because I already know what I think. I'm 62. I've been watching Trump since in 87 when I read his book and said, oh, dear God, that's not what we need. So I'm ready to, I'm old, I'm experienced, I'm educated, I'm organized, I got my house in order, and I'm ready to do something.
I read the book too.
Did you get through the cliff note? I read the cliff note.
Oh my gosh, it was a bad book, I would say. In fact, I walked down to dinner and I said, this man is dangerous. That was my comment. And that was 1987. I said, one day he will do the country great harm.
Yeah.
So I've known a long time. I'm really ready to get active.
His mama said he's an asshole.
Yes, his mother. I follow Mary Trump and I've listened to, been aware of his personality issues and his megalomania for
Matter of fact,
forever.
his sister stepped down from the bench. When he got elected.
She was like, I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Yeah, for real.
And where is this at now? No one knows. Where is she at?
So these younger people don't know what we know, and they are completely misinformed. And I actually have a certification and an engineering degree, so I feel like I can help educate people.
You know what? I don't think they're just.
Can I tell you one more thing? I
don't think they're missing.
We got 2 races coming up in Florida.
Yeah, and one in New York.
So place some money and tell your friends about them. Place some money on those Democratic candidates, even though we don't get to vote for them. We can still give them a little help and make
And
sure
where?
that
You got two positions
Yeah.
coming up in
two
Florida.
positions coming
Yeah,
up
Florida.
for,
Yes, we need to help.
yeah,
them.
One in New
Florida.
York.
Agreed.
And then one in New York. Now, that one's after the two in Florida. So
Right.
let's work on Florida first. Get your friends to send, to these candidates that are Democratic, a couple of bucks. That helps them, because whoever doesn't pay them in Florida, we covered it. We covered it for her. We keep the money flowing into those particular political candidate pockets so that they can be out on the media. They can travel from one place to the other to get their word out. And because there's places in Florida that don't know what the heck's going on, they just don't pay attention.
Yeah, I think one of them is District 1, which I think is Matt Gates' old district, and the other one is District 6. And I think in New York is District 21 or it's position 21 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you need them to beat all three seats.
If we put Democrats in both of those
It's
seats,
getting bigger and stronger, and we are about to possibly change our state here. We are coming closer and closer. So as our demographic changes, so we need to get Ted Cruz out of office.
Oh, you're in Texas.
Yes.
So am I.
Yes.
You need to get Ted Cruz. You need to get Ted Cruz out of office.
I'm just saying that if those two people get elected in the Democratic side, the circus is over.
And
the Democrats won't let anything pass if they have the House.
Here
The
in Texas,
circus is over. Then we just have to worry about midterm, okay, and reinforce to people what they just got finished saying. We cannot deny all American a chance to see what an asshole Donnie Trump is. So this is the deal. If we get two more people in there, then the House is absolutely tied, and they can't do a damn thing about it. And Hakeem will keep us safe. He'll keep us safe. And I think that's what we need to work on. We need to get those two people in there, then it's absolutely tied.
but here in Texas, we need to get rid of Cruz.
Oh yeah.
Get rid of Abbott. And we need to get rid of Dan Patrick.
Well,
Right,
Cruz is gonna be there for the next the next 6 years because he just got voted in. So
Right. I think Abbott's on his way out because this is his last term.
That's sad. That's so sad.
Yeah,
So
Abbott's
I'm
on his
saying-
last term. So he's on his way out. But see, we got
money there.
Attorney General put online. We got to get rid of our Attorney General so bad.
Can I say something? The seat is going to go to a Democrat. Straight, she was a Democrat.
Right.
Stefanik's seat is already secured to be Democrat.
In New York.
Yeah, we're not worrying about that seat. It's already was a Democratic seat. She the one
So we
changed
need
over
one.
during the Trump era. And now her turn is up. Only other seat, we're not worrying about New York. New York already done. We
just worried about Florida.
Yeah. Florida, they got to worry about.
Florida, we have to worry about.
Max Gate area is Trump.
Yeah, it is.
But by the time Trump gets done with it, I mean, they're already seeing it, so there might be a chance there. Okay, there might be.
Like
They're
you
already
said,
seeing
you gotta
Trump.
say it on this platform. Florida, live up. It has Florida people in the area coming your live and y'all talk about Florida politics. There's nothing wrong with that. That's putting the
Matter
work.
of fact, I got a friend that lives in Gates. He lives in Gates District.
thank you. Peg, what state are you in?
Texas.
You're
She's
in
here with me.
Yeah, I'm in now.
Oh, you're in Houston too?
Yeah. It's just,
Come on.
Then
What,
look up
south near
Isaiah
Houston.
Martin. If you in Houston, look up Isaiah Martin. and
Okay,
go
he
stay
sounds
mine.
familiar. I
He
thought
sounds
I,
familiar.
I
He's
have
probably
heard.
online right now because he taught me a lot. For him to be 25 years
I think
old,
I
he
talked
taught
to
me
him
a
one day.
real lot. That's why he let me know, like, bro, you allowed to say, just do him dirty. If he do him good, I'll be like, cool.
Tennessee.
I'm on the northwest side, Peg.
He's in Texas. Isaiah Martin is in Texas.
Yeah. I'm wondering. You know what? I wonder if he's going for Sheila Jackson Lee's position.
That's his mentor.
He passed away.
He was running for it when she was trying to run for mayor. You remember she lost?
Well, Sheila Jackson Lee
That's
was.
his mentor. That's his mentor. That's why
Okay.
he's running. He's running now
Okay.
because of her.
He's probably taking her position because she passed away not too long ago.
Yeah, that's his
Because
mentor.
she'll have. It'll be Al Green and then him. if that's the position he's running for.
No, I know that's the position he's running for. He just ain't announced it yet. But everybody that looked at his lives and everybody that talked to him and him been traveling for the last 4 weeks, he's about to go there.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I mean, because and see, that's the position. Those two positions have been trying to be redistricted over and over and over again.
But check,
because
she taught
A lot of
him.
groups of retired people, a lot of them are already, more involved than I am. So
Yes.
I'm glad y'all talked to me because you're getting me motivated, and they're also, my friend group has been retired. We just retired, and so we're just so like
y'all
in
got
our feet.
a very talented young black man that's been in the White House. He's been with Biden. He has been doing the work.
I think he
just sit down and talk to, listen to him and talk to him. He is ahead of the curve.
I think
she taught him. That was his.
I think was he her aide at one point?
Yes, that was his.
I know exactly who that is. He's been in my church.
He's very good. He's on a public speak. I would not be as far as I am in this TikTok thing. It was because of him and like Harry, Parker, Dean, Chris.
Yeah.
Mark,
I met
Mike,
Joe Biden actually.
all them, that dude, and all them to keep
When I was in high school.
interested and keep moving forward. I appreciate that because they are good creators, but all they do is just want y'all to open up and just really research on your own. But they just telling y'all the truth, giving you a head start, a starting point.
And that's why I say that the young ones. I don't think the young ones are as an app that people want to see.
You better go in their room.
They know. As I'm saying, they know. They're aware of it.
You better go up in their room.
Look, I be in Harry's room.
The Parker age, the Parker 25 and 24, them motherfuckers are so far back when it comes to like history and all that.
Yep.
Tashika, I go in there and I learn. It's like I sit my old ass.
My daughter calls me. She knows everything. She can.
I mean, but you know what though? It also. I'm sorry.
No, I'm impressed that they are all the group that I'm around. All the kids are really learning, and they're standing up against this because they understand. So they need to start getting active too, and I can encourage them. All right, thank you guys. I'm gonna go to sleep. It's my clock's ringing 12.
Okay.
So bless you. I think you guys you're the answer. You are the answer. This is what we do. We gotta turn these people towards action. All our energy and harness, because they can't harness theirs. I think we're going to get them beat on this because they just get off in the woods, and we're going to get focused and we're going to get it done.
And Peg, you know what? The reason why these Gen Zers are the way they are is because they got Gen X parents and millennial parents. I mean, seriously, you got millennial parents, you know what I'm saying? And we're learning. They are paying attention. They are seriously paying attention.
They do seem to be up on it. So, all right, thank you. You're great. You're the answer. Enjoy it. Have fun. It's one dog.
Okay.
Go to bed.
You're already in. Bye.
Have a good night.
Yeah, we're trying something new. I'm back up to it's up. People coming in and out the live listening to over here on YouTube. And I'm about to dip, and I'm glad we got that conversation, folks. I ain't worked out in a couple of days. And Baby Boy just sent me that clip when I smurdered that motherfucker.
I'm sorry, AD. I wish he was in that live. I wish he was in the live,
bro. Thanks. I got you live pulled up right now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it pulled up right now.
No, you should have been in the live that was at for Black Samurai?
Bro, this dude JC probably walking around stuck. I know. There you go, bro.
You talking about the one when you were over at Black Samurai's live, right?
Yeah.
It was funny.
I smurdered his ass.
As y'all can see, as you speak, you see a little EQ bars and stuff.
Yeah.
So that lets you know we're live.
Yep.
He did have a camera. Who was that right there?
That's Dan.
Oh, she dropped.
Yeah, dropped.
Yeah. But yeah, that was funny. The old boy was so stuck on World War II.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh shit. That was
What's
80.
wrong?
80 been asleep for a while.
Oh, that's who that was snoring.
Yes. I kept saying, who the fuck snoring?
That's hilarious. Well, look, when I came in the room, he was back there leaning back, going to sleep.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I can't wait to hear what we recorded because I know I got some good points on here. And I'm gonna short it up. But AD, thanks for letting me prototype the situation.
I mean, it was a good conversation, to be honest with you. It was a really good conversation. It was one that needed to be had.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't hear everything that was being said at first because I know y'all were jumping all over. And then she got dropped. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because I had stepped away from the
I didn't drop her.
Who?
I did.
You dropped her?
Yeah,
I didn't drop her. I didn't drop anybody.
I thought you was coming up here on that bullshit. I'm like, my brother
Yes.
and I won't get shut down. Nope, he walked away.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a real mod. I do not accept friendships and you come in. She misspoke, and I understood where she was coming from. So the conversation shouldn't have went no further than that. And the thing that she was sincere, and I hear it in her voice. She had no malicious attitude towards it. So.
But because it just caught me off guard because when I heard it, she didn't say, you know, what I'm saying.
I get called the N-word every damn morning. So
exactly,
I'm numb to the ones that I know they're not the spoke. This is a big challenge for a lot of white people. This is a big challenge.
I'm still learning every day. But see, I'm so used to people coming up in black spaces and acting ignorant that I don't even want to hear it. I'm like, I'm gonna nip it in the bud as soon as I.
A alike, think alike, be alike. We got people that think like us, act like us, that want to help like us. You got to become a community. It ain't about white, black no more. It's about motherfucking money. If y'all still running around here talking about I don't like white people and I don't like Chinese people.
Oh, I ain't saying nothing like that.
And if you don't look at it, if you don't grab a group of motherfuckers together and we put two, I'm going off for the $1 million man mark.
Okay.
When we was in the middle, in the grass, and everybody was in there and he said, put $1 in the air. We know it was motherfuckers putting 100s, 20s, whatever.
Right.
He said, that is what $1 million looked like.
Knowing it was plus more, you know,
no,
yeah.
I was showing you the way the money up in the air of our power with our dollar. We put it together. It swole DC. It was a lot of motherfuckers. I had a ball. I ain't gonna lie. Me and man Mark shit. But if we take our money, and I mean all community, people big, small, we just start putting it in community, we can fight the government. Put the resources in our neighborhood. We can fight the government and win.
Yeah, because people gotta remember it's the haves versus the have-nots. We the have-nots. We gotta fight the haves.
But we don't even really gotta fight them hard. Black guy
you don't.
Now is gonna bleep on a fucking report sheet next week, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, that shit really worked." Certain companies gonna feel the hit. Walmart, Target right now lost $15.3 billion motherfucking dollars.
Their shareholders are pissed.
In the last since they announced DEI. So if y'all don't really get the situation is money is power. They said it in every rap song. They said it with it. Money is fucking power, and credit makes the shit go up.
Now, what you saying that, and I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said, and that is why Musk and Trump and them are doing what they're doing with this quote unquote Doge bullshit. Okay, because they know as long as they got the money, they got the power, and as long as they're in a position of power, they can do whatever the hell it is that they want.
See, that's why when the president, big dog, just sat back, crossed his arm, and looked at them, and they over there like, you did it, catching fits and shit, and he was just sitting there like, y'all the two dumbest fucking idiots. Y'all are not gonna get me to yell at you. You're not gonna let me go beyond the decorum. Every time I open my mouth, you overtalk me. We deal with the Trumpers like that every day. So it was a proven fact that the way it went down was it didn't make them look bad. It made them look stupid.
Yes. Not only did it make them look stupid, but it also showed it also reinforced the idea that NATO is like, hey, we're going to have to definitely do something because this motherfucker here is unhinged.
Yep.
And he's not going to do. He is not the real leader of the free world.
When the three banks get together in the next 6 months to talk about this shit, I'm about to let y'all see how the economists was telling y'all what the fuck is happening. Y'all want to fuck around and find out? They're gonna tell them motherfuckers this ultimatum and this how the fuck we gonna pay. We'll shut y'all the fuck off and take it back to credit line, and then China can start collecting the land that y'all use for credit and collateral when y'all had to redo that bullshit during the what? Pew. Fuck it. Y'all I'm a logical thinker, not a fucking conspiracy theorist. I look at money.
Right.
Look at the money.
That part. That's all you gotta do. All the cash.
I look at the
Hey, Lioness, what do you think about what I was saying as far as how to organize?
No, we have the beginnings of that. We have that really well here in Pennsylvania, and they're very, very good about making sure they do all of that. Plus, hit the doors. Plus, bring signs to people's properties so they can hang them up. I was very, very impressed because it was a lot more than was going on in Montana. But in Montana, they had that same voter list that you were talking about, and they were starting to use that when I left there 2 years ago. So I think I looked at that program and the way that it was set together, and I really liked what was going on. I think the only thing that I found out in Montana, I didn't. They don't really know how to use the internet or like TikTok yet, or like YouTube straight like you're doing, and so they're a little behind on that. But I can guarantee you, there's some bright Gen X parents with great Gen Z kids.
Yeah.
That it's actually going to do awesome work.
I got two of them, and they graduate in May.
Yeah,
mine graduated already.
The youngest one is he's a big dude that they trying to get him to go to school to say, like, this is what you should be doing.
So I mean, they're into it. My daughter's kids are both Gen Zs, and they're a lot brighter. My daughter is. She wasn't really paying too much attention to politics. They were voting Democrat, but now they're worried because I said you need to. You have to get into politics a little because everything that they do, from the school board up to the presidency, affects your life. You got to figure out what you're doing and how you might be able to help a little bit in your community at the school board level, to maybe going to a protest a year, or at least throwing some money out. Whatever it is to work towards the betterment of the United States as a whole, where we can all come together as a community again and stop all this lying that's dividing us. And I think what you're showing tonight and what you told that Toe Peg, I think is going to really help her. So yeah, you did right, and the programming is right. It just hasn't been implemented everywhere in the United States yet, but I'm guessing it will be if they're smart down the road, getting that out to everybody. And I know the Gen X will carry it like wildfire. That's what I know. Gen Z, I'm sorry. Let's see.
Okay.
So,
Now,
I went
now you know how long we've been using that vote builder? We
no,
started.
actually, I don't. All I know is it was